Hi everybody, my name is Alisha Nicole Jackson. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As you know, today is lower body day, meaning we're working on our glutes and legs. Here on Sundays, what I like to do, I'm saying we, but we as in you guys coming here to watch me. What I like to do is give you guys lower body workouts that have worked for me, transform my legs and my glutes. I have a guide in the bio that gives you workouts to do, splits them up for you, gives you ideas on meals to eat, counts your calories. So feel free to support that. It is in the bio. It's only $10. You could buy it if you want to grow your legs and glutes, or just support me, support the business, spend the $10. Anyways, I say all that to say, I'm here to help you guys grow. So that's what my channel is about, and that's what I'm going to get into today. I'm going to show you guys some, they're easy to me. Easy workouts to do, okay? Especially if you're a beginner in Planet Fitness, whatever level you're at, these will help. So what I like to do before I work out, what I'm doing now, guys, is I just like to stretch, okay? You have to make sure you stretch and move your body. I said stretch. What's a stretch? You have to make sure you stretch and move your body. That's beyond important. It's no way to get out of stretching, and you should definitely not rush it, because the thing is, you could work out, you could lift heavy weights, you could do all these different things, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're doing it safely. This is actually one of my favorite stretches. Before I start working out, what I'm doing now is I am squatting. Ironically, I'm doing very, very deep squatting just to make sure I have more mobility. I'm moving side to side. This has helped me, get deeper in my regular squats, in my leg pressing, making sure that my body is mobile when I'm moving. So I would suggest that add that to your stretches. Definitely squat for at least a couple of seconds, see how low you can get, and I promise you, the more you squat and definitely move your legs, move your hips and things of that nature, you should be able to have a better workout overall, guys. Okay, so this is just me stretching, 7 minutes, 20 seconds minimum on those stretches, or for as long as you need to here. I think these are called cat cows or something along those lines. But I do a mixture of things: stretching, yoga, whatever works, right? Whatever pays the bills. So I just make sure that my body is warmed up, because that's most important. And I used to be the type of person that used to like breeze through my stretches, and I paid for that. I had weeks where I was completely stiff, where I was sore, and I don't know what I said there. I think I said I'm tired. I was sore, but that was because I was rushing through those stretches. You cannot forget to stretch and move your body, okay? Even if you're at home, like, just do a deep squat, right? Get your body moving, get your blood flowing. On top of that, it's nice where I'm at. I'm in Chicago, so the sun is finally out. Make sure you go get some vitamin D. On top of working out, which gives you positive endorphins, especially me, I get so many positive endorphins from working out, and you feel better after the workout because of those positive endorphins. Also, going outside will help that. So just make sure you are getting some vitamin D, you are getting enough sleep, enough water. Take care of yourself first. Now I have like a kind of routine and my life set up in a way where I'm over there dancing, having time of my life. Sometimes I just be in the gym playing, having fun, keeping stuff lighthearted. You have to, especially in life, making sure to just have fun with everything, because I've been recording every Sunday for like months now. So I'm like, whatever can keep this fun, I'm gonna keep doing it. But like I was saying, I live a life now where it's a lot softer, okay? Not saying I don't work hard, not saying, I don't put in the work, whether it's in the gym or just working or studying. But I just make sure I prioritize myself and my self-care. And I hope that if you guys come to my channel, you take that away to put yourself first. Make sure you're getting water, make sure you're getting rest. Make sure you're living life for yourself, okay? These are important too. I love this. This is a great, great stretch. Making sure you lean forward with your hips and then bringing that foot back. However, like I said, make sure you are prioritizing yourself. And when things aren't aligning, you leave, and you don't owe anybody an explanation, because this is your life. As long as your bills are paid, you're saving money, you're not putting yourself in bad situations or positions, do what's best for you. And ever since I've been doing it, life has been going great, y'all. I just hit 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank you guys. I'm gonna actually keep coming with more content because I have more time on my hands. Woo woo! So you'll get more hair videos. I'm dropping one probably the same day or maybe the day before. And yeah, y'all, just make sure you're stretching, you're doing your working out, and you're getting things done. Today's workout is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Most gyms have these machines that I'm using, and there are always alternatives if those machines aren't available. Guys, you could get a great workout at home, and I think that's completely underrated and underestimated as far as like working out. I feel like people always think they need equipment, and yes, you might need some things like dumbbells, like kettlebells, like bands, but you could get a great workout at home. I think for me, I like going to different places, right? I want my home to be for resting. If I gotta work, if I gotta record, if I gotta make videos, record content, that's one thing. I don't even take that as work. I take that as fun. So, home is for resting, for cooking, for fun. And the gym is my place to go, to have my peace, right? So, yes, you can go to the gym and work out, but a lot of this stuff, guys, you could do right at home. You could build a home gym. There's really no excuses, especially with the way the world works. TikTok shop, honey. I have like 100 things in my cart right now, okay? You could literally buy anything and everything and set it up yourself or have somebody set it up. So if you guys ever want me to go over certain things or certain things that you can do at home, just to alter the movements that I do with the machines, please let me know so I can help you guys out. Feel free to comment. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram and TikTok. Message me, DM me, leave comments. I see everything, so typically I reply. And if I don't, that's probably because I just didn't see it. So here, guys, I typically have a fitness band that I use, right? But I didn't bring it because I didn't think to bring it, okay? I spurred the moment, decided I was going to warm up and warm my glutes up before my workout. I typically don't do that. So here you see me grabbing a random band that I typically don't use, and I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to get this to work? So this is what I did. If you're ever at the gym and you need a band to use, I'm going to eventually take off the band and tie it through the middle, and that way I can do my kickbacks to warm up my glutes. So you'll see me do that here in a second, because I'm like, what in the world am I going to do, honey? How am I going to do this? Next time, what I'll do is I'll bring my pink band. I'm literally sitting here looking at it. It's at home. I'll bring my pink band and probably start to do more workouts with my bands. I feel like, a lot of what I've been doing is repetitive, and that is what makes a difference and grows your muscles. I feel like people feel like you have to do 10,000 different workouts, right? But where the challenge comes in is how much weight you lift, right? It could be the same workouts, but make sure you're lifting heavier. And maybe now, since I am lifting heavier, I hit a new PR in this video actually, I'll probably add the bands, instead of struggling like I am here. Trying to make one. But if you need one, honey, they should have them at Planet Fitness. You don't have to buy them. Just do like I'm about to do, and I believe I'm going to show you guys. So how I solved this was I tied it almost like a shoelace, right? Took both sides and put my feet in it just to make some resistance as I do kickbacks against the wall and to warm up my glutes. I never start like this, y'all. This was like a spur of the moment thing. Some people do start their workouts warming up their glutes, and I completely understand that because of muscle hypertrophy. That makes a lot of logical sense. In order to grow your glutes, muscle hypertrophy is a big part, and a lot of people say that warming up your glutes is great to achieve that. Basically, what that means is if you want to build your lower body, you have to do, first you have to lift heavier weight, obviously, eat a certain amount of protein and calories. But in association to that, you have to do, more reps in a shorter period of time. So it didn't make logical sense at first, but since I've been studying and just been in certain environments, I realized that's why some days my trainer, I call him Omar, shout out to him. And yes, I train people, but I have a trainer. He's awesome. He's very knowledgeable. He's helped me. I figure if I could gain more knowledge, why not, right? I'm always open to learning. But some days Omar will have me do 3 sets of 15, and I'm like, what the heck? That's why, because of that muscle hypertrophy, right? He wants you to build those muscles. So Here I'm just warming those muscles up, okay? I did some kickbacks against the wall with the band for resistance. And then right now I'm squatting again. And I promise you that band does make a difference because I was tired. After this, I'm like, oh my goodness. I was so tired, honey. I was exhausted. But I got through it. And speaking of reps for today, I think it was 3 sets of 10. So some days I do 3 sets of 15. Some days I do 3 sets of 10. When I first started, it wasn't this many. And as I got stronger, he had me do more. So that's how you build that muscle. And in my guide, I have you do a certain amount of reps as well. But I always leave it open for suggestion that you could go up in reps. And, you know, that's what helps you build that muscle. That was a whole yap session. I had to get through stretching and warm up, honey, but we are done. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, almost. Almost. Yeah, I definitely support doing squats before you start any type of working out, even if you're just doing them in your stretch. Get that mobility and the heart rate going. Okay, we are done, y'all. So, for the very first workout, I'm going to keep it nice and simple, okay? These are side step squats, all right? I always talk about side step squats or, you know, lunges essentially. But this is great because this is a single leg motion. If you notice, when I come back to the middle, I'm squatting as well. So nice and simple. You can side step squat or side lunge, whatever you want to call it. And make sure when you're coming back to the middle, you're squatting as well. All right. So one side, come back in. Other side, come back in. That would be 1 rep. You want to do 3 sets of 10 of those. Now, I know these look very simple. And you're like, girl, why are you pausing? Why are you looking at the wall? Why are you gathering your thoughts and breathing? Because these look easy, but when you actually do them, honey, they can present a challenge, okay? And that's what you're here to do. You're here to challenge yourself, right? So for me personally, these are one of my favorites because they're easy, right? This is not complicated. You can do these at home. The directions are not complicated. You want to lunge or side step squat with your right leg, come back in, all right, and squat in the middle. Then left leg, come back in, squat in the middle. That's 1 rep. You do 3 sets of those, so 3 sets of 10 reps, okay? But these are my favorite because they are very effective. And I always talk about lunges or squats because they work. I'm a person who believes if something works, why am I trying to fix it, okay? And when it comes to just building muscle in general, typically, like I always say, there needs to be a single leg motion, a hinge motion. People do hip thrusts as well. I'm not super big on hip thrusts, but I do believe in a single leg motion and a hinge motion for sure. And that's exactly what I do in this video, to be honest with you guys. I think I'm missing one more, y'all. It slipped my mind. But yeah, I'm definitely in this video. I'll do these and RDLs next. So some stuff are just staples and I keep them throughout every workout, and sometimes I switch it up. It just all depends on the day, on the week, what my trainer says, and what makes the most sense for my body and how I'm feeling. Okay, y'all. There we go. And the gym was actually very empty this day, which wasn't surprising because technically it was a holiday when I went. So I wasn't too surprised, but I was very happy. I love empty gyms because it gives you a chance to gather your thoughts, right? And just spend some time with yourself. Especially, I'm not sure about what field you guys are in, but if you work around a lot of people or with a lot of people, or you're constantly pouring into people, that could be very tiring. One thing that I do, and I would suggest, if you guys want, of course, is just taking some time to yourself, right? That self-care, like I mentioned at the beginning, or making time to isolate. I make time to isolate away from everybody. So it's just Alisha and her thoughts, her feelings. I could deal with my emotions. If I need a good car cry, I get a good car cry in. Whatever I need to do, I make time to isolate and just be amongst myself. And that makes a huge difference, especially if you are around people, you're constantly posting, you're constantly doing things, you're constantly helping people. That time is so important. And I was actually in church and my pastor talked about that. He was like, yeah, I take time where I just go isolate. I can only imagine he's pouring into people all week, right? So that's one thing that I like. I know that was a side tangent, but and that makes me so happy when I see an empty gym. I'm like, yes, just me and a couple other people. Even though when more people come in, right, it's awesome because they're working out and getting things done too. So 3 sets of 10 on those, guys. These are RDLs. I'm showing you the B stance form. You could do RDLs in any variation that you want. This is the hinge motion that is essential when you are trying to grow your glutes. What I'm doing basically is pushing my butt all the way back, and you're going to see me with the barbell, brush the barbell against my legs, essentially like I'm painting them, right? So I'm coming down. I'm trying to get together now. I'm coming down, painting my legs with the barbell and pushing my butt back like I'm closing the door and then popping back up, okay? I have both legs slightly bent, but one against the wall because for me personally, I feel them more when I do the B stance RDLs versus just doing regular RDLs, okay? However, my form has gotten way better. So I did the regular ones this week and I was like, okay, those feel how they should. But with RDLs, the tricky thing is just getting the form down. That's why I practiced it beforehand before I pick up the barbell, and that's some advice I would give you guys. There's many ways to do RDLs. You could do them where you have both feet on the ground, right? Same motion, penning your legs with the barbell or the dumbbells, butt coming back and then coming back up, hinge it back up. You could do them like that. I do stiff leg RDL sometimes. This has just been my latest jam, and like I said, sometimes I just switch it up depending on the day or how I'm feeling. But I love my B stance RDLs. And then for these ones, I did 3 sets of 10 as well. Okay. All right. And it's so funny. Sometimes I go back to watch my own videos to get workout ideas, or just see my own progress. If you guys go to the very beginning, you'll see me when I was 115 pounds. And even then, I was adorable, nothing wrong with that, right? But I knew that I wanted to grow in size. And ironically, now I'm at a point in my fitness journey in my life where I just genuinely think I really like how I look. I like my size. It's me just practicing again. I like my size. I like everything about myself. And to be honest, y'all, I don't see me bulking anytime soon. My body is perfect. In my personal opinion, my body is perfect. I don't need to go up in weight. At this point in my life, I'm working out to maintain. I'm working out to stay healthy. I'm doing more cardio for my heart. I'm working out to have strength. So as I get older, I can, lift things up, right? I could walk upstairs. I could run up hills. I could be healthy. And I think it's so interesting how in my early 20s, it was just to look aesthetically away. And now I have the body I wanted. I'm like, girl, I don't need no more weight, no more places, okay? This is perfect. Let's keep it here. Let's focus on staying strong. Still lifting heavy. Like I said, I hit a PR in this video doing my cardio. I didn't post the cardio with this video specifically, but I did do cardio at the end of this. Like I always suggest, guys, make sure you are doing your cardio, especially if you are trying to lose weight as well, okay? If I had to set it up for a woman or a man who was trying to build their body, this is how I would set up your schedule, okay? This is what we would do. So 2 days a week, right? And again, by my guide, if you just want to focus on lower body, but this is just in general. 2 days a week, okay? We would do strength training and cardio, okay? So after this, I did 15-20 minutes of cardio on the treadmill. I didn't show that part. However, please make sure you're working out your heart because it's a muscle as well. So 2 days a week, I would do strength training and cardio, okay? 5 to 8 workouts with the strength training, more reps, treadmill, high incline. If you're doing lower body, I do the highest incline. 15 to 20 minutes running on and off, right? Dedicated to your lower body. For the rest of the week, those other 3 days, 2 days, I would do like intense cardio, HIIT cardio for those 2 days. And then another day, if I was trying to like have a well-rounded body, I would have an upper body day, okay, and do the same thing. So I would do 5 to 8 workouts, okay. If you're trying to build your lower body, more reps, right? Muscle hypertrophy. If you're not trying to build your lower body, you can have lower reps. Just, you know, make sure you're still lifting, right? Because that's what strength training is, okay? So strength training, cardio for 15-20 minutes. And that would be my schedule. 2 days of HIIT cardio, 2 days lower body strength training with cardio, and 1 day upper body with strength training cardio. And I would switch it based on like what I'm trying to work out. So obviously, if you wanted to grow your upper body instead of lower body, those 2 lower body days, I would make upper body days, and I would have 1 lower body day, because you can't neglect the rest of your body. Everything is connected. I have an upper body day, I just have yet to show it, but now since my time is freed up, y'all, I really have no excuse, right? I have no excuse but to bring the I was going to say the cardio on, that too, but the content on. But that's how I would structure my life and my workouts if I was trying to lose weight, okay, and gain muscle. That's literally how I would do it. So essentially, you'll probably be in the gym 5 days a week, but I promise you, it will make such a big difference in your life, especially if you go early in the morning before you do anything. When I do get those early morning workouts, my mood is immaculate for the rest of the day because I already accomplished something. So that's just a little help. Like I said, if you want to do more lower body specifically, get my gain guide. I do make some suggestions that's more for just gaining versus losing weight. But I know a lot of people are losing weight and they are trying to lose weight actively. So if you guys want me to make a video about that, I'll give you some tips. I actually lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks. 5 pounds in 3 weeks. Yep. So if you guys want me to help you with that, we could do that as well. I was 137. I'm like 132, 133 around there. And I love how I look now. So yeah, guys, just let me know if you have any more questions about this specifically. But I'm almost done with my RDLs. I just had to yap this through because it took a little longer, honey. Like I said, a lot of these exercises that I'm doing look so easy, and they are, in fact, tough. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We power through anyway. So regardless if I have to pause a couple times, if I'm tired, I get it done. So this is me powering through. So far, guys, we've done side step squats, okay? Make sure you add that into your workout. RDLs, you could do the B stance form, okay? You could have do RDLs where, you know, your legs are just regular and slight bend as you come down, or whatever variation. Make sure you do that hinge motion. And next, we're going to get into something very specific. My trainer wanted me to do something. I never do that. He wants me to do something called bear crawls. Depending on how many people are in the gym, I'm like, I'm not doing that, sir. Okay. Most times I don't care. So I did something different for my next exercise, but it is still effective nonetheless. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. And we're done. That's what I'm talking about. Big A. Okay. So he wanted me to bear crawl across the gym, and I'm not about to bear crawl. I wasn't about to bear crawl, but I will duck walk, okay? Now, for these ones, I grabbed a medicine ball, but typically when I duck walk, I have a plate over my head, like a 20-pound plate. I just was not feeling it today. I will actually leave a link in my bio on specifically how you duck walk across the gym, what it works on, just because right now, honey, my mind is like, but this is a great workout, honey, and it's a lot tougher than it looks. Or maybe it does look tough. You're like, geez, you're getting low with your legs and your knees. Yes, you are right, you know. But I'm going to leave a link to explain these a little better. But basically what I did, I left one clip out, but I duck walked back and forth 3 times each. So one side of the gym, one time, one side of the gym to the other one time, one side of the gym to the other 2, same thing. I did 3 of those instead of those dang on bear crawls he wanted me to do. And eventually I have to do bear crawls. Hopefully he's not watching this video, because he's going to be like, dang, you know, like, what am I even telling you to do them for? I don't know, sir, because I skip them every time. Either I duck walk or I forward lunge, okay? And today was the duck walk. So I'll make sure to leave a link to that. And y'all, I just be looking to make sure the camera is on and also checking myself out, okay? especially around this time because I had lost a bit of weight. So I was just curious, you know. It's interesting how, like, you'll look at yourself and you'll think you'll look a certain way in your mind, but, you know, your body has changed. And I think that's the interesting part about the gym, because sometimes it's hard for us to see our own progress when we gain or lose weight. So it's good to always put yourself out there. I would suggest that for anybody. You know, make a YouTube, make videos, you know, get out your comfort zone. I've literally been able to help other people and, you know, gain subscribers from it. So definitely put your workout journey online if you're comfortable. All right. Woo, woo. Leg press. Woo, woo. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I was enjoying my little water in my Stanley Cup, okay? I talk so much stuff about Stanley Cups, then I got one, okay? Don't judge things before you get them, because I love that Stanley Cup down. It's literally in my car chilling right now. Anyways, let's get into these, okay? I hit a PR of, baby, I was finna say 370. Soon come 270 without the sled. That's 270 pounds, I think. Let me recount, honey. On there. on there, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that's 270 minus the sled. Okay, so for leg pressing, I had to just make sure I was right before I told you guys anything else. For the leg press, I did in and out. I did 3 sets of 10. The reason that, oh, look at I'm getting distracted. Okay. So the reason that I position my legs in different spots on the leg press is because that targets different places. So if you watch my videos, one week I may say high and low, right? One week I may say in and out. Where you position your feet on the leg press targets certain areas, okay? So for this week, it was in and out, 3 sets of 10. This is really brief, guys, because I didn't want to add the other leg press video. It would have made this whole video like an hour. So we're just going to thug it out with this. But make sure to do 3 sets of 10 in and out. How that works is you do 1 set in, 1 set out. Okay, that's 1. Then you do another one and another one. So you're really doing more like 4 of them, to be honest. Because you're doing one in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. Okay? Yes, guys. So the leg press is really a staple for me. I've been able to really get my gains up on here, and I'm really proud of that because 270 is pretty major, you know. That's definitely more than I weigh, so I'm happy about that. Okay, this one surprised me. This one surprised me. My trainer threw this in the mix, and I'm like, what? I have not done this in a while. When is the last time you guys see me on this? I think maybe like a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago, when I was like, before I met my trainer, when I was just doing workouts on my own, trying to figure it out. This is what I was doing. So the fact that he told me to do this, I was a little shocked because I hadn't did it in a minute. But this is, I think the glute kickback machine. This is awesome just to target your glutes in general. It's tougher than it looks. Okay. I was definitely on there like, okay, why did he include this in a workout? Sometimes my trainer don't play. And it's so funny to think like, you know, I think I met my trainer within the past two years. But, you know, how I was, like, just trying to figure everything out on my own. And, you know, he came into my life and he completely changed my life, you know. Going from 115 to 137 and then dropping 5, I'm like 133. So now I can help you guys. So, you know, it's funny to get on these machines and just kind of remember where you started. Like, dang, I used to do this all the time. And now, you know, my workout barely sees it because there's a more effective way to get things done. And I'm just glad that I was so open to being led by somebody because it ultimately helped me in the end. I literally met my trainer in the middle of nowhere, guys, at a LA Fitness. I just quit my LA Fitness membership, actually, because I don't even go there. But I met him in the middle of nowhere at a LA Fitness, right, when I was working somewhere that I would never go back to. And I think it's so ironic sometimes how you meet people in life for a reason, because you know, I don't even go that far out anymore. But I was definitely meant to meet him because it has changed my life, you know, from the amount of subscribers I have to creating a game guide to learning more to being able to help you all and hitting my body goals and feeling more confident, you know. Sometimes being open to help and being led is awesome because it really does change your life. So shout out to my trainer Omar. Even though you're watching this, like, you didn't do those bear crawls, you're right, but I replaced them, okay? And don't worry, there are no bear crawls in you guys' guide, okay? That's something that's fairly new with us, right? But shout out to Omar. He's made all of this possible. He's helped me so much. I ran my guide past them. I think he's a past Olympian, if I'm not mistaken. So he has a lot of knowledge. He's been doing this for years, y'all. I remember when I first started gaining this past like 1.5-2 years, y'all, I was ripping leggings and I was so excited because I knew that I could accomplish my goals, but I just didn't know how. And I've been working out for 5 years now, and in year 3 was when I met him and everything changed. So if you have a goal, y'all, do not give up on your goal. Keep going. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you're delusional. I mean, even with YouTube, I just hit 1K subscribers and I'm super thankful for you guys. And I've had over 75,000 people view me. So, one, with these glute kickbacks, 3 sets of 10 before this video is done, because I'm almost done. But I want to say, guys, go after your dreams. Be delusional. Don't care what nobody thinks. And if you only have the support of the Most High, you best believe He will make it happen in front of everybody if that's what's meant for you, right? If you have a purpose here on this earth, you know, just trust that everything will work out and you will reach your goals. And I'm here to help y'all. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back next week with more fitness videos, hair content videos. This is about health and wellness and helping you become your best self. Support my guide in the bio. Follow my Instagram and TikTok. And have a great week, guys. See you next week. Bye.